Hello, welcome back to the channel. So last night, thankfully, we got about a ½ inch of rain. It doesn't seem like a lot, and it's not a lot, but it's something. And I'm appreciative for it because I didn't want to drag the hose all around the garden again. It has been hot here. It's been hot around most of the country. The humidity is high as always in the south, so it makes the heat just that much worse. But last night I did manage to come out into the rose garden and do what I said I was going to do, which was start cleaning up, start making progress on the rose garden. And so that's what I did. I turned around and I began with the digging out of the weedy clump that I had right at the one corner here, and I just worked on that for a while, and it wasn't that bad because a lot of the soil was already loose. So I just took a pitchfork and I wound up digging a lot of it up and out, which was grand. And then after that I turned around and planted up a Japanese holly that I had, something I grew from a cutting, and it's been about a year or so, and so I finally got that into the ground, and that went next to one of my David Austin roses that I have, which is Thomas A. Becket. So it went next to Thomas A. Becket. That worked out well. I got that area, I got it watered in, mulched. Wasn't sure if we were going to get the rain, but we did get the rain, so that's a plus. I then turned around and took some primrose, evening scented primrose that I have, and I planted them next to the climbing rose. Now this was something I've been wanting to do for a while, and just I looked at the weather and I took a gamble. I figured, you know what, if it rains, all the better, because planting anything now in the heat and the dry is not a good thing for most plants. It's always risky endeavor, shall we say. But I managed to get it all planted up. So that's really about all that's going on today. Again, it's going to be another hot one. I think the temperature's going to be around 90 or so, but again, that humidity really kicks it up a notch. So I may wait till this evening, then come back out to the rose garden and work on some more weeding. Typically the evenings are a little cooler, so I come out just as the sun is setting over the trees, put in about a ½ hour worth of work. It's mostly in the shade, so I'm all right, and I'll make a little more progress on the rose garden. And then, you know, if I keep doing this every night or every other night, before you know it, I've got the whole situation in the rose garden under control. So that's exciting. That being said, I did mention in a comment recently that I believe Ellen, subscriber, she left a comment about my deer repellent or fencing or something along those lines. And I didn't mention in my repellent video that I'm going to be adding more fencing to the rose garden. So that's going to be happening probably in the next couple of weeks. Nothing fancy, just a 4-foot fence line basically around the rose garden itself. Yes, the deer can hop that, but my plan is to turn around and put hedging in front of that, so it hides the fencing and they won't see what's on the other side of the fencing, because also the hedging I want to grow along the two opposite sides here of my rose garden. Let's see, back there and along the back over there. I want it to be at least 6 foot, so the deer won't be able to see over that or around it. Bugs. And so they won't hop it. That's the theory, that's the plan. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with the front of the rose garden here, but that's down the road. First, I want to get that fencing put up. It'll act as another layer of deterrent until I can get all of the hedging or the vegetation or whatever it is I'm doing along the back and the side over here in place. It'll be a couple of years, but it's just another layer of defense. So, you know, I'll have a 4-foot fence, I'll have the alliums, I'll have the deer spray, I'll have the sprinkler, all of this combined, and maybe even Sophie a little bit. Get her out here at night growling at the deer. So, and then I think in the long term, my rose garden situation will be, that's the word I'm looking for, tenable. The deer will always get into the rose garden one way or another. The deer will always find the way to the roses. The roses are delicious to the deer, and they will eat the deer. Now, but this is this is what happens when you decide to grow a rose garden in deer-infested territory. So. But for the times they don't eat the roses, I get to enjoy their beauty. And right now, I think only one of them is flowering. You may have seen that in the beginning of this video. But hopefully towards the fall, a lot more start to bloom, especially if I can keep the deer off of them. There'll be more blooms coming. And hopefully by the fall again, I'll be getting some more roses planted, and then we can, it'll all start coming together. It'll start looking more cohesive, as it were. So that's about it for today. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified when I do post a new video. You never know what I'm going to be up to next, unless I tell you, that kind of thing. So I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.